Morning, everybody. Now we're just getting started, so we're gonna wait for the algorithm to kind of warm up a little bit. Okay. Let me pin this comment. Yo, everybody, we are in a freaking city village here in Guangzhou. That was in Beijing. Dave, I was streaming at the time, so I couldn't watch the game, but I watched the highlights. I know what happened. I saw him tear his Achilles on the highlight. I mean, it was pretty clear that he tore his Achilles. Taps and donuts, everybody. Taps and donuts, team. Taps and donuts. Keep the comments flowing, everybody. Keep the comments flowing and share this live stream, y'all. How is the signal, everyone? Bacon, I literally stream for 7 hours every day. I have no idea what you're talking about. I stream for 7 hours a day. 7 hours every day. I'm on the live stream. Good morning, everybody back home in the United States. Yo with the Daily Heart. Get your daily heart me in. Lego with the daily heart. Great to see everybody. Great to see everybody, y'all. All right, we're in the city of Guangzhou. Okay, we're in one of the busiest cities anywhere in the world. Lego with our first donut. This is one of the busiest cities anywhere in the world, but especially here. What's up, Marlene? But especially out here in China. Okay. This is called the city of Guangzhou, a city of right around 15 to 18 million people. We're going to get our live stream started right now. Smiles. Let's go, Smiles. How's everybody doing? How's the signal? What's up, Regina? How's the signal, everybody? We're going to go ahead and get this live stream started. Now, there's a lot of people coming in and out because, I mean, it's just one of those deals where there's a lot of people coming in and out. It's a very, very crowded place. Okay. Smiles. Kali, what's up? All right. Get your daily heart me in, everybody. That's what we're going to do today, Dave. I'm going to walk around China. I'm going to show you guys some of these neighborhoods. Signal's good? Okay, cool. We're in the city of Guangzhou, y'all. I wouldn't call this a sketchy neighborhood, but this is definitely a neighborhood with a lot of activity. Okay, this is a lower middle class neighborhood. It's a working class neighborhood, and there is a lot of foot traffic. There's a lot of people. Thank you, Jamie. There's a lot of people here. We're gonna spend maybe about an hour and a half here and just walk around. What's up, Florida man? What's up, Thumps with the Daily Heart? Great to see everybody. Now you can see all these little stores run out of the back of a truck. Dave with the donut. You see that? It's real, authentic living out here. Tuesday morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Tuesday morning. Great to see everybody. It is hot. It is hot. Great to see everybody, y'all. Great to see everyone. Taps and donuts, everybody. Great to see everybody. Dave, you're welcome. All right, we're about to go into the city village, but just to show you guys this place. Thank you, Brayon. I remember, you know what, the last time I was here, I was with Harry, my old employee. Now I'm here by myself. David Wu with the donuts. Okay, y'all ready to get it started? Look at this. Man, Woomer, I don't give a fuck about the community fest. I'm just out here streaming every day. I could care less. But we are in Guangzhou, everybody. We're in Guangzhou. But thank you for reminding me. Everybody share this live stream, y'all. Chuck, you should be able to pin your own comment. Everyone, keep the comments flowing. Brayon with the hat. Thank you, Brayon. Get your daily heart me in, everybody. All right, let's just start our exploration. All right, we're going into this city village. Let's just start our exploration, team. Let's go. Let's keep it moving. Brayon with the hat and mustache. Jamie, right now it's 10:35 p.m. in the evening. 10:35 p.m. Susan with the daily heart. Brayon with the hat. We actually went on the boat 2 days ago. You missed it. But it's okay. Keep it moving. Are we lagging? We shouldn't be lagging. Are we lagging? Are we lagging? Brayon. What's up, Penny? Are we lagging? Are we lagging at all? No, we're not lagging. If we're lagging at all, scroll to the next live stream and come right back. We shouldn't be lagging. We should be okay. I am using 1080p though, so we should be okay. Okay, if we're lagging, go to the next live stream and come right back. You good? All right, cool. All right, this is called Datang Village. Okay, this is one of the bigger city villages here in Guangzhou. Okay, and it's a place late at night that it's pretty fun to walk around in. I hope that there's going to be a decent amount of people here. I hope that there's going to be something to see. I can't remember when I was here about a year ago. I'm pretty sure I walked through this place. Okay, but this is the definition of what up 808. What up 808? Thank you A for the daily heart. This is the definition of close quarters living for the working people. I mean, this is a place where a lot of delivery drivers, a lot of single men, a lot of working class young ladies and men who are working in factories. I mean, this is, you know, to be very, very honest, man, this is where the very, very working class people in Guangzhou live. Okay, and we're gonna walk around here. Hopefully the signal is gonna work with us tonight. The reason why the signal is gonna be a little bit rough today is you can see it's high density living. Okay, people that don't really, sorry Chuck, sorry to bump your comment, but please share this live stream, everybody. The people that don't have a lot of means in this country usually don't have a lot of space in their accommodations in a big city. Okay, so we're just gonna walk around, we're gonna check it out and show you what life is like out here. Oh yeah, we love the working class people. We love the working class people. It's hot, man. It's hot out here. We're just getting our live stream started, so please share this live stream and follow the channel, okay? Now, as you can see here, there's a lot of factories here. Like, there's a lot of different factories, small scale. You can see the owner of this factory is right up there. You see the man and woman up there. Okay, it's hot. They're not running AC. Okay, thank you, Dave, for sharing this live stream. And you look at the constant flow of people. You see that? I want you guys to notice something. You're going to see a lot more men today than you are going to see women. Okay, remember it's past midnight, everybody. It's a brand new day. Please make sure you get your daily heart me in. Look at the male to female percentage here. Okay, the number of men versus the number of women. This is over 65%, 70% male city village. Most of the people that live here are men. Okay? Tap some donuts, everybody. We're going to keep it moving. Of course, you got your little pharmacy over here. Beautiful. Thank you, Orange Jill. But look at the extent of how many little workshops and factories they have out here. You see that? This is another factory over here. Someone is still working late at night. Thank you, Nellis and Downstream. You don't really have this in Shenzhen because remember, Guangzhou is a lot more dependent on manufacturing, even to this day, compared to Shenzhen. Shenzhen is more like a high-tech town now. When I live in Shenzhen, it's Huawei and DJI and all these tech companies in Shenzhen. Guangzhou is still more of a working class city. It has a very fancy part to it, but it really is a working class city. Okay, this is a city where there's a very, very large, what I call transient population that are in the city temporarily. They only stay here, let's say, for a couple months at a time. They work in small workshops like this. They find jobs wherever they can, and they usually live here. Okay, I like how this dude in front of me just threw all his shit right on the ground. Taps and donuts, everybody. He just threw it right on the ground. All right, we're not gonna do any battles this morning either. Okay, we're just gonna walk around, have fun, and just relax. Okay, so everyone, please share this live stream and follow the channel, y'all. What's up, Gloria? And let's keep the comments flowing. RoboCop with the shares. Everybody, please share this live stream. Why does he litter like that? I gotta tell you, China's a very clean country. It is a very clean country. What's up, AA? However, in a city village, people don't consider this to be their home. This is almost like a little big outdoor hostel. Okay? Let me actually stand over here for a second. Now look at this house over here. Look at that. You see how this house here still retains? Now there's obviously that this house is not occupied, all right, and it's in the middle of a city village. But this house is easily 80 years old. This could be up to 100 years old from the Republic era, right before the Second World War. And these houses, I mean, they're kind of in a very, they're kind of in a kind of an awkward position, meaning architecturally it's significant. It's worth preserving, but nobody wants to live in it because it's so old and it doesn't have any of the amenities of a modern home, you know? So it's just kind of awkward. They just still stand and they're still standing, but no one lives in it. Thank you, T with the daily heart. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Let's keep it moving, everybody. It's a beautiful home, though, and you see, this is what I'm talking about. I kind of knew there was going to be a sign here. How many of you guys remember that live stream? Uncle Hyotu with the daily heart. There he is. There go Uncle Hyotu. Now, Uncle Hyotu is level 50 on the JhnenVEE channel. Just wanted to say, he's one of the 6 people who are level 50s on the JhnenVEE channel. That's Uncle Hyotu right here. Click on his username, and you will see he is level 50 on the JhnenVEE channel. What up, Uncle Hyotu? Long time no see. You see that sign right there? How many of you guys remember when I streamed about 2 days ago, and I showed you guys this? Historical buildings of Guangzhou. Okay, these are very, very important historical buildings. Very awkward. You can't tear it down, nor does anybody want to live in it. Uncle Hyotu, I'm trying to push for Live Pro this month. I have 7 days left to do it, so I'm streaming a lot. I'm working a lot, Uncle Hyotu, but life has been good. You should meet someone named 808. Okay, she's an amazing supporter of our channel, and she's been really so instrumental in transforming this channel. She's in the room right now, I believe. This is Uncle Hyotu over here. I know you're busy with work and everything, but it's great to see you. Shout out Uncle Hyotu. Taps and donuts, everybody. Let's keep it moving. Everybody, keep the comments flowing, y'all. Keep the comments flowing. Again, you just look. I mean, you see, look at all these factories and everything. They're all working. You see that? You see that thing is working over there. Todd with the freaking rose. Uncle Hyotu, level 50 in our room. Level 50. Look at that. You see this? Look at that. 10:43 at night. All these men and women are still working. See that? Next time you want to complain about your job working long hours, come over here and try to do this job. They freaking sleep up there and they work down here. You talk about a hard job, that's a hard job. 10:43. Now, he's not my actual uncle. I call him Uncle Hyotu because he's old enough to be my uncle. He's 50 years old. He don't want me to tell anybody, though. But he's 50 years old. Taps and donuts, everybody. Look. Look at that. Oh, Tammy with the whale. Pushing us for Live Pro. Thank you, Tammy. Do I have a good signal, everyone? Is the signal good? He's 50 years old. I ain't gonna tell nobody else. Thank you, Brayon. Look at how narrow these streets are. Look at that. Thank you, Brayon. This is what I call very basic living out here, okay, in Guangzhou, okay? A lot of these neighborhoods in Shenzhen is disappearing. So they're disappearing from Shenzhen. Okay? Meaning, hold on, let me turn off my invites. Meaning, and also let me pin my comments. I'm just playing. He not 50 yet. I'm sorry. He not 50 yet. So a lot of these neighborhoods in Shenzhen wouldn't be as packed as they are here in Guangzhou. Guangzhou is a special case, man. You know, I mean, let me know in the comments, okay? What else do you think happens in these neighborhoods? You know what I'm saying? What else do you think we have in these types of neighborhoods? Use your brain, everybody. Use your brain. What else do you think we have in these types of neighborhoods? Okay? Let me know in the comments. What else do you guys think we have in these neighborhoods, man? Food. All right, that's one. Food. Okay, what else? What else? You get it, right? This is the type of neighborhood where, like, if you look at here, just imagine there's going to be hundreds, thousands of people living in just like a couple of these buildings. And look at how packed it is. There's going to be a lot of different types of activity here. Okay, because you got to remember, there's a lot of men that live in these neighborhoods. Lots and lots of young and middle-aged single men. that live here. Okay, so there's a lot of activities that happen here in these types of neighborhoods. You are not going to see a single foreigner here. You're not gonna see no Americans. You ain't gonna see no French people. You ain't gonna see nobody. This is what we call the real. Have some donuts. Oh, it's safe. It's safe. A lot of people looking at my ass though. I don't really like that. But there's a lot of people looking at me. But this is what I do on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here. We stream every single day. We try to go to places that are, you know, a little bit off the beaten path, because you can go on YouTube and you can see the Great Wall of China. You can see so many touristy places, which we stream as well. But I kind of like to take you guys to places that foreigners don't go to when they're on vacation. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the type of place where this is not going to be on your tour, right? What's up, Uncle Hyotu with the donuts? Trying to help us get us to Live Pro. Look at Uncle Hyotu. Eye on China with a daily heart. This is like, Big O is here. Have some donuts, everybody. Let's keep it moving. This is the back alley, baby, and I love coming here. For real, I love coming out here because, but you know, forget why I love coming out here. Just, I'm telling you, I'm kind of surprised at how much manufacturing activity there is here, though. There's a lot of manufacturing activity out here. Look at that. Yo, these factories are working non-stop. Look at this. 10:47 in the evening, and they still working. You know, I wonder who they're making these clothes for. You know, is it for like Temu or Shein? Or is it for like, you know, like American brands that we go and shop at? Or is this like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder who they're making it for. It's like maybe Chinese brands being sold in China. That's a good question. Let's keep it moving. Now, another reason why I love coming out to this neighborhood is, once again, you have these like really historical buildings that are well preserved. You see, the way the city of Guangzhou has evolved over the course of the last 100 years is, this used to be a playground for the British, and it used to be a playground for a lot of the foreigners that were trading. Thank you so much for the hand heart. This used to be a little playground for a lot of foreigners that were here in China. Meaning, get out their way. Meaning, there was a wealthy part of Guangzhou where the British would live. It was spacious, it was well manicured, it had nice lawns, it had nice trees. It was just a very nice part of Guangzhou. But the majority of the population, Melly with the donuts, the majority of the population lived in neighborhoods like this. Now, over the course of the last 30, 40 years, Melly with the donuts, JR with the daily heart. As China has become wealthier and wealthier, these neighborhoods are unfortunately disappearing. Okay, but you can still see it. Like, this is, you see this is a neighborhood store right here. You see this gentleman climbing up to the top? The owners of this place sleeps at the top. And you can see they're selling cooking oil, flour, pasta, noodles, sauce. See how everything, rice is being sold? Like, this is how we used to shop when I was a kid growing up. This is old school. Like, this is the real. You see all the water bottles back there? The owners live right up there. Amazing. Rumble in the Bronx days. Absolutely. And you see, look at how busy it is. I'm just standing here on the corner. Look at how busy it is. Are we lagging? We shouldn't be lagging. Everybody's on a scooter. Are we lagging? We should be okay. We shouldn't be lagging. I should have green signal. There's no lag, right? We good. Are we lagging? We should be okay. All right, let's keep moving. Follow the channel. Share this live stream. We good? He just told me your English is so good. Now look at this. Where do you think all these things are going? All the Americans back home. All the stuff that you're buying back home in the United States. Where do you think those things, where do you think these products are coming? Where do you think these things are going? They're all going to the United States of America. All these products that are made out here going to the United States. That's where they're going. To your house, exactly. When you buy your stuff on Amazon, this is where it goes. Get your daily heart meal. Oh, she's pinning her own comments. I love it. All right, let me continue to navigate. It's a big neighborhood. All right. Yo, my man, he jacked, man. This dude is jacked. Look at his abs, man. Look at my dude's abs. I'm jealous. My dude's got abs. Tops and donuts, scene. Remember, you know, we do, I think over the course of the next few days, we're going to also go to like a touristy area where I'm going to show you some touristy areas, okay? But what built this channel over the course of the last year and a half is we kind of are on the ground, and we leverage the fact that I was born in China and I speak the language perfectly to show you guys a glimpse of this country that you really just don't see in Western media, okay, or in Western social media. And you can see this in Chinese social media, but not in Western social media. And this is what the people find interesting. Now, I don't even need to go over there. I can already tell you there's going to be a little creek, because there always is some type of little creek in these types of neighborhoods, some type of water flow. And if you just look at these houses, remember, you don't see any kids around, do you? Do you guys see any kids running around? Any children with their families, you know, with their mom and dad? You see any kids running around here? You don't see that, right? Not many kids here. And the reason is, when you look at these neighborhoods, the transition that's happened in this city really over the course of the last 20 years is, by the way, look at how narrow this house is. Right? You don't see any kids running around. The reason is, most of these homes used to be occupied by families. So you're thinking, this used to remember the one-child policy, right? So you would think a parent, mom and dad with a kid. A lot of the people that used to live here in the 90s and 2000s, they've either A, made it, meaning they become middle or upper middle class, and they've moved out of these neighborhoods, and they moved into better condominiums and better neighborhoods, or they didn't make it. It was assigned indeed, and I'm very happy I did it. Or they didn't make it, okay, and they decided to go back to their home village or their hometown. So a lot of the original families that used to stay here are now into either A, better places in Guangzhou, better neighborhoods, or they're moving back to their hometown. So what you have now is mostly these family units that used to be for families is now being rented out to single men and women that are working here in the city of Guangzhou in these types of hand labor driven types of jobs. Okay, Julie with the Daily Heart. So does that make sense, everybody? Like, this used to be a place full of families and kids running around. Now it's like a place for folks who are trying to make it in their 20s and their 30s and their 40s, still trying to make it in this big city to have a cheap place to live. Does that make sense, everybody? Hopefully that makes sense, okay? Thank you, Artisan. Share this live stream. Digital Dawn, I'm an American citizen, so I can get... Man, what the fuck? This dog taking a shit? What the hell? Thank you, Julie. Oh, hell no. Thank you, Julie. Dog just took a dump right in front of me. Let's go, team. Taps and donuts, everybody. Now, you guys have to remember, China is a country that is full of people that need jobs and employment opportunities. Okay, so you can see when you're here in Guangzhou, there's a lot of folks here that rely on income at night from these types of stalls and trucks. Artisan with a donut. I'm glad y'all think that shit is funny. A dog just took a dump in front of me. I'm glad y'all think that is funny. Okay, I know that if a bird poops on you, it's considered good luck. Somebody look it up in the good luck thesaurus. What is it when a dog poops in front of you? Is it also good luck? That's what I need to know. I need to know this right now. When a dog is pooping right in front of you, is that a sign of good luck? That's what I need to know. Thank you, Nuno with the donuts. Let's keep it moving, everybody. Now, it's going to be, another thing that they're going to sell over here is a lot of farm products. A lot of vegetables, a lot of fruits. These are good people, y'all. Like, I know they don't make a lot of money. Okay, I know. Now, stop playing with me by the bad luck. There better be some good luck. Okay, I know they're not the wealthiest people, but they are the people that make up the majority of the middle and lower middle class folks here in China. And look at how busy it is, by the way. Let me get out of their way. There's a lot of people over here. Okay? These are hardworking people. These are good people. These are good, everyday, working Chinese people that are just trying to find a way to make a living. You know what I'm saying? Try to supplement their income. You feel me? Very, very good people, hardworking people. They work till 2, 3 a.m. in the morning. These people wouldn't even leave until 2 a.m. in the morning. It's 10:56. Their day is just getting started. You know what I'm saying? Taps and donuts, everybody. Hopefully, I still have enough data left on my phone. If you guys see this live stream lag out, it's probably because I ran out of data on my SIM card. In which case, I think I have to switch out my SIM card. So let's keep it moving. Everything is cheap as hell. Everything is super cheap here. Okay, and look at how tight squeezed it is. Look at this little Toyota trying to squeeze their way out. Look at that. Look at how tight everything is. Very, very hardworking people, man. These are some very, very hardworking people. They're just trying to make a living. Yeah, I got like a little usage cap. I got like 50 gigs, so I might have to switch out to a different SIM card. 3 yuan for one freaking box of fresh watermelon. Look at it. Look at that. This is 40 cents, ladies and gentlemen. 40 cents for one box of watermelon. My man, he tempted. He about to buy some. Look at him. 40 cents. 40 cents. Look, he about to pay. He's going to use his cell phone. He's going to buy one box of watermelon for 40 cents. Everyone, you got to follow the channel and get your daily heart me in, everybody. You got to do it, everybody. Follow the channel and get your daily heart me in. Let's go, team. What, $7 for one box? Yeah, they got seeds. 40 cents, 3 yuan. Now, if you go to a nice mall or a nice grocery store out here in China, it'll probably cost $5, $6 as well. But because we're in a city village, everything is cheap. You know, look at this is probably the daughter, and that's her mother right there. You see all these people just trying to make a living. They're just trying to make a living, team. They're just trying to make a living. Let's keep it moving. And you see how many watermelons they have? They probably grew this themselves. They probably grew it themselves. All these over here. Let's keep moving. Now, I know you guys might think this is a little bit unexpected to see something that reminds you of a rural village in a city of 18 million people. Okay, but like I said, this is a city that is full of life and full of people from the rural countryside. China is pushing for something called urbanization, meaning, what the fuck? What she got on her face? What is that? Oh, she got a face mask on her face. She got a face mask on her face. Never mind. Hey, and you know all these scooters over here? You might be wondering, how do they charge their scooters? This is all electric. How do they charge it? They have to park it in these designated areas to charge their scooters. Anna, I tell them to open up a little hole for me and give me a little sample. That's how I do it. You guys like these city walks. I know you do, Chuck. I know. I'm tired. I ain't gonna lie. I'm tired, Chuck, but I still come out and do it because I know you guys enjoy it. Okay, but anyway, getting back to what I was saying about the urbanization effort in China. China wants more and more people to live in cities. Don't ask me why. They want more and more people to live in cities. China used to be primarily, once again, an agrarian society where over 900 to a billion people, 900 million to a billion people in the early 90s, late 80s lived in rural countryside. So starting right around the late 80s, mid 80s, 90s, throughout the 2000s, people started crowding into major cities. Okay, people started crowding into major cities. And what I mean by that is, fuck, man. Hold on one second, y'all. I think my data might be running out. Okay, I think I might be running out of data. So let me know if we lag, but I think what they'll do is they'll just keep letting me use the data and they'll just charge me, which is okay. But I want you guys to imagine one thing. Okay? Imagine Christmas in America and you are getting to the airport on Christmas and you're trying to get home on Christmas. What is the airport like on Christmas, 3 days before Christmas, back home in America? What is it like? Think about it. What is it like at an airport 3 days before Christmas? Bay with the daily heart. Think about it. It's packed, right? Now, imagine a train station here in this city of 18 million people during Chinese New Year, which is their version of Christmas. OG Justin with the daily heart. It is complete and utter chaos. I remember my mother used to come to Guangzhou one time. She came here one time in the 1990s. My mother was a doctor in China, and she came here for a doctor's conference along with a couple nurses from her hospital. This is in the 1990s. This is like 1994. In 1994, if you ventured into this neighborhood, the odds of you getting robbed or the odds of you being a victim of petty theft in the 1990s was very high. People would snatch earrings, people would snatch bangles, people would take jewelry. And a lot of times you have to understand, for a lot of working women and a lot of working men that are coming into the city from their countryside, literally all the assets that they have is literally, thank you 808 for the donuts. Everybody get your donuts in, everyone. Literally all the assets they have is the little pieces of gold and jewelry that they have on their body. This is literally all the assets and like a couple hundred yuan, a couple thousand yuan. So there will be thieves and scamsters and shysters waiting and lurking in these neighborhoods for anyone new to the city of Guangzhou. And they would literally try to foist everything they have from you. They would try to foist themselves on you, scam you, and steal from you. Thank you, 808. Thank you so much, everybody, for the donuts. So now, my mom and dad, my mom came here in 1992, 1993, along with a couple other doctors and a couple other nurses from a long ways away. They took the train. It was like a 20-hour train. She told me the Guangzhou train station back then was a total and utter scene of chaos. I mean, she was telling me, she was like, it was the most chaotic thing she's ever seen in her life. She was like, it was frightening how chaotic it was. I mean, there was just a sea of people, no crowd control back then, people rushing, hard to even get into the ticket area to get a ticket. There was no WeChat back then. There was no Alipay. There was no internet back then on a cell phone. So you had to go and buy a ticket by hand. It was utter chaos. So if you think this is chaotic, if you think this is a lot of activity, think back to what it looked like 30 years ago. Think back to 40 years ago when there was a massive throng of people coming into a new urbanized China, and imagine what these places look like. It's way, way more chaotic, way more people, and way more dangerous. Nowadays, very little danger, very little crime, okay? Because of the fact that you have cameras everywhere, but also because people don't commit as many crimes as they did before. Joni with the donut. A lot of the things you have to understand, people back then, China was coming out of a period of time where there was a lot of political turmoil, there was a lot of societal turmoil. In the Cultural Revolution in the late 60s and early 70s, a lot of crime was tolerated in the name of the Cultural Revolution. Now, that kind of translated and bled into the 80s where crime was very, very rampant because the society was very, very, what I would call chaotic at the time. The China that you see today is very, very organized. It's very well put together. It's very organized. Some of these neighborhoods may not be the fanciest looking neighborhoods, but they're very organized. They're clean. Okay, I wouldn't use clean to describe this neighborhood, but at least they're safe. Okay, so we're gonna keep it moving. The food vendors all around the streets. I mean, these guys. I mean, you see this woman right here? Okay, she literally is gonna work until 3 a.m. in the morning, and she probably makes like $500-600 a month, $600-700 a month. You know, so this is why I always tell Americans back home who are watching me stream in China, I know that the way of life that they have here sometimes is more chaotic and different compared to what we have in America. But you have to remember, their starting point was so much behind us. Just a short 40 years ago, the folks here had next to nothing. Very little personal assets among the working class people, among the middle class people. In a matter of 40 years, the society has been transformed. So this is why neighborhoods like this, sometimes Chinese people living in China don't like it when I show these types of neighborhoods because they think that it's not a good representation of the country. They'll be like, why don't you show them something nicer? Why don't you show them something more bougie? You know, why don't you show the nice malls and the fancy restaurants and the fancy hotels? And the answer I always give them is simple. Because we as Americans, we have seen the fancy stuff. America is the land of the materialism. We know what Four Seasons Hotel look like. You know what I'm saying? We know what fancy things look like in America. They want to see what the everyday people A lot of the everyday working class people are living like overseas in these different countries. So I get a lot of flack over the last year and a half. I've gotten a lot of hate from people in China who say, why don't you show something nicer? Why don't you show something cleaner? I don't think there's any problems with a place like this because I actually think it's a great representation of China. Because in these places that are a little bit more urban, everybody get your donuts in like Miss 808 with the donuts. 808, thank you so much for the donuts. Thank you so much for the donuts. You guys want to see the truth. You know what I'm saying? You don't. And also, once again, when you go into a wealthy neighborhood, there is nothing to see. Brandon with the donuts. There's nothing to see. You feel me? There's absolutely nothing. Shit, I actually gotta go this way and make a left turn. Let me see. Let me see what I should do. Maggie with the donut. Types of donuts team. How's the signal? Hopefully the signal is good. You want to see the real. All right, look at the top two bubbles, y'all. We got Uncle Hyo2 level 50, and we got Lisa. Let's go. Signal is good. Perfect. The reason why this place is so busy is very simple. A lot of the men and women that work in these types of neighborhoods have jobs that are very late hours, meaning these are not the folks that are working in an office tower. They do not work as a white-collar employee in a lot of these office jobs. You know what I'm saying? So they don't work at offices. So they don't get off at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. They get off right around this time. They work in factories, they work labor jobs, they work in restaurants, and they work cleaning hotel rooms. All these types of service jobs that might be closing late at night at 10, 11 p.m. So this is actually the start of rush hour for them. Does that make sense? The rhythm, the circadian rhythm here in this part of the town is totally different from what you would have in a white-collar employee neighborhood. Their day, their night is just getting started. Everything is open. Everything is open. It is right now 11:08 p.m. in the evening. How much do they get paid? Who's pinning these comments? Because these are good questions. Who's pinning these comments? Who's pinning these comments? These are good questions. How much are they getting paid? Man, rent here. I love these questions from Americans back home. I would encourage you guys to keep asking these questions because these are good questions. To live in a neighborhood like this, you're looking at rent anywhere between $150 to $250 up to $300 a month. Some people that do live here do have families, meaning they might have like a kid or two, and they might have a wife or a husband. They might have like an entire family. They will probably pay up to $300 a month for like a 2-bedroom apartment out in one of these older buildings. But if you're a single man or you're a single woman, you just need a bed or you just need a single room, you're looking at right around $150 to $180 a month for rent to live in a building like this. Now it's got piping. You can see, I'm talking about a month, not a week. You see these piping over here. So they do have, admin, very safe. They do have, and the reason it's safe, admin, is it's got cameras everywhere. You see all the piping they have over here? They have hot water. They have AC. They have internet. How am I streaming if I don't have 5G? Right? The reason why I'm streaming is because I have 5G internet. So you're looking at about $150 to $200 a month for rent, probably even cheaper. Maybe you can get a room for like $70 a month, $80 a month if you're sharing a bathroom with the rest of the community. Okay? So this is why, like, I love these types of neighborhoods, because these types of neighborhoods allow people to survive in a big city. Without these types of neighborhoods, Guangzhou wouldn't have a population of 18 million people. There's not enough luxury housing for 18 million people. There's probably at least 5, 6, 7 million people in Guangzhou living in these types of neighborhoods. Like, these types of neighborhoods literally house, I would say, at least 30% of Guangzhou's population. Okay? Taps and donuts, everybody. Let's keep it moving. Everybody's allowed to come here. Foreigners don't like to come here because it doesn't have a Ritz-Carlton hotel, and it doesn't have a Disneyland. It doesn't have, like, you know, this is not a place you're going to see a single foreigner's face. Okay? You're not even, a lot of, I'm going to be honest, man. Thank you, John, with the donut. A lot of, like, well-to-do Chinese people don't even want to come here. They don't even want to come here because they feel like this neighborhood is a little bit too chaotic. Okay? But like I said, this is real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is real life. This is beautiful. Hello. Ni hao. Look at that. She looking at me. I'm looking at her. 750 people looking at her. She looking back at us. Taps and donuts, everybody. She's working. I think a lot of these products are going also to the United States. She looking at me, I'm looking at her. Let's keep it moving. It's a little awkward. Do they have, hey, by the way, whoever's pinning these comments, it's either Chuck or 808. I believe those are my only two moderators. Or Warren, C-Line with the donuts. They have childcare here, but it's nowhere near as good when it comes to the more expensive neighborhoods. However, you can imagine both parents that are here, if they have a child, they both need to work. This is not a city for you to come and chill. You look at all these men and women here, if they do not work in Guangzhou, they don't get to stay. This is not a city to mess around in. These people are here for one reason and one reason only. They're here to work, ladies and gentlemen. They're here to earn money. Okay, whether they stay in the city or not is immaterial because they can go back to their hometown. It's immaterial whether they stay. They are here to work. They're not here to play around. Tap some donuts, everybody. Who sets the wage? The employer sets the wage. And now a lot of the men and women that you see here, they're going to work in jobs that are what I call day laborers, meaning they only have a job for one day. Okay, and then the next day they got to go get a new job. All right. You know, I'm actually kind of surprised at how many of these like small scale textile factories they have here. Jimmy with the donuts. We're at 127 donuts already. Let's go, team. Look at that. You see this woman over here late at night. You see this woman over here. You see that? Look at her. You see this woman? Hard-working people, y'all. That woman right there is crushing boxes late at night. She's crushing boxes late at night to make a living by sending it to the recycling stations, okay? So that she can make a little bit of money. Thank you, John. Thank you, Sandy. Everybody, y'all know we're pushing for Live Pro this month. All right, we got about 7 more days left to do it, so everything counts. You see that woman right there? She's collecting cardboard boxes from every single part of this city village, and she's like these right here. See these right here? She's gonna be looking for boxes like this. She's gonna crush it, and then she's gonna sell it to the recycling machines. Thank you, everybody, for tapping on the screen. Let me describe the way this place smells. So a lot of people back home in America, you might be curious, what does a neighborhood like this smell like? It actually doesn't smell bad at all. What it does smell like almost universally in China is it smells like barbecue. Back home in the United States, we love to do our barbecue on July 4th. We love to do our barbecue in the backyard. You see that big barbecue store over there and the pipe that's blowing out all the barbecue smoke? Imagine in the air, it is filled with different vendors that are cooking barbecue. That's what it smells like, open air barbecue. This smells like a giant barbecue. It doesn't smell like body odor. It doesn't smell like sewage. It doesn't smell like trash. The air quality is actually very good, with the exception of the fact that so many stores and restaurants sell barbecue. So it's got this smell of like barbecue smoke in the air. Okay, taps and donuts, everybody. Let's keep it moving. You see, you guys, what do you guys think this little place over here is? What do you guys think is going on over here? A lot of people gathered around here at freaking 11:14 p.m. What do you guys think is going on over here? Sean with the donut. These are mechanics. Okay, you're not gonna find a lot of auto mechanics here. You're gonna find a lot of moped mechanics. Why? Because the primary transportation method for the men and women that live here in this neighborhood is going to be scooters. Okay, so you got entire economies here that serve them. They sell and they service. Okay, bit of a mess, to be honest. A bit of a mess. You can see stuff everywhere. All right, appearances isn't very important in this neighborhood. Your local HOA isn't going to give a shit how tall your grass is. Okay, there's no local HOA here that care about the appearance of your apartment or the appearance of your house. Okay, your neighbor isn't going to come and knock on your door about how much noise you're making. Okay, this is a real authentic neighborhood. Thank you, Stevie. Let's keep it moving. Ain't no HOA here asking you to keep your, park your car in your garage. Don't park it in the driveway. Yeah, they don't care about that. Let's keep it moving. And you can see people just park their scooters everywhere. Because again, what's up, Walker? You can see, like, this is not a lot of space. What's up, Jeff? There's just not a lot of space to go and park your vehicles. You can see they just park it right everywhere, right around the bridge. Okay? Now, every single neighborhood like this is going to have its own police station. Y'all, everybody, y'all got to follow the channel, man. What's up, Jeff? You guys have got to follow the channel, y'all. If you don't follow the channel, you're going to miss so much. Letty with the donut. You got to follow the channel, everybody. All right? Because I stream every single day for like 5, 6, 7 hours. We got a new cooking show coming out later this year, hopefully later this month when I find an apartment. You gotta follow the channel, y'all. Taps and Donuts. Ed Dunn with the Daily Heart. It's another very beautiful store they have over here. They got endless freaking barber shops out here. It is incredible. Enterprise with the Daily Heart. Let's keep it moving. Man, look at this. I know I'm being repetitive, but like, look at how many factories are working so late at night. Francisco with the donuts. Thank you, Francisco. Lakeisha with the Daily Heart. Thank you, Francisco. Look, everybody. I know back home in the United States, we say things about the different political systems between China and the United States. Lakeisha, thank you. Remember, this is a country of really hardworking people. Thank you, Francisco. They work really hard. And if I might say, they actually have better work ethic than a lot of Americans that I know back home. We Americans are very privileged people. Sometimes when we're privileged, it means that sometimes we're lazy, okay? We gotta master work ethic, man. We gotta master work ethic. They work hard. They work really, really hard. We have a lot of very privileged people, but you know what? I also know a lot of people back home in America, especially in the trades, that get up early every single morning, go to sleep later every night, you know, working really hard. The plumbers, the electricians, a lot of very hardworking people. Even in corporate America, I knew a lot of hardworking people that would be working overtime to get a job done. But just remember, this is a country of very, very hardworking people. It's not really, you know, I'm very agnostic to what I call political systems. You know, because I think politics everywhere around the world, for the most part, in my opinion, is the same. But it's the people at the end of the day that determine the future of a country. There's a lot of very hardworking people out here in this country. China has a lot of hardworking people. You might see you see a lot of people chilling over here. Like, by the way, let's not talk about that for a second. What do you guys think this is right here? Look at that. Look at that, y'all. They got good food out here. Look at this. Ooh, look at that. That is PP shrimp, small PP shrimp. Look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. We got frogs. We got eel. Look at that. We got little crawfish over here. Ah, man, definitely no clubs out here, man. Definitely no clubs. Get your donuts in, everybody. Look at that. Look at the chicken head. Look at how spicy that is. Look at that. Look at how spicy. This is all marinated in spicy juice over here. Look at that. Get that follow. Everybody follow the channel, everybody. Hit that follow button. We're almost at 500,000 followers here on TikTok. The food looks great, though. Look at that. See all these people just over here chilling? Hardworking people, man. Really hardworking people. I gotta respect them. And you see, here's another thing I love about China. Another thing I love about China is that it allowed me to do my job so well because Chinese people love to mind their own business. You know what I'm saying? Like we always say, mind your own business. Mind your own business in America. I'll tell you one people that really like to mind their own business. Chinese people. These people cannot be bothered. They just don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like I could go out in the street. I could film. I could stream. I could talk English. Nobody ever bothers me. Nobody ever bothers me in this country. Like it is a I don't care type of country. Like the people go about their day and they move about their life. They do not care. They just be chilling. Bae. Let's go, y'all. Thank you, Bae. Let's keep it moving. Oh, I'm sorry. They just don't care. I'm telling you, man, I love doing this. You know, I don't walk as much as I used to. I used to walk like 6-7 hours a day, 5-6 hours a day. All you guys know that I used to walk around all the time. I don't do it as much anymore because it's hard on my body. Like me right now, I'm sweating. It's hot. My voice is going. But whenever I do it, we do it. Let's keep it moving. Keep asking me more questions about living in China, about this city of Guangzhou. Look at that. I don't even understand how you could live up there, to be honest. You know, I don't even understand how you could live in these buildings over here. It's so loud down here. So freaking loud. Really, really loud down here. All right, let me turn off my invites, y'all. This is people be blasting me with invites. All right, here we go. Get your daily heart me in, like 808 just said. I do have a scooter. I use a scooter out here in China. I get everywhere using a scooter. Great questions. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. Guangzhou is a Tier 1 city. You do have to pay taxes in China, much higher than they are in America. Look at all the food they got out here. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Hey, with the community. Look at that. Aloha indeed. Man, look at all this. Beautiful. Is there free health care? Ooh, that's a good question, man. That's a real good question. Bae, that's a great question. China, when it comes to health care, is the toughest for a lot of people that live in these neighborhoods. Meaning, a lot of the folks that live here, they don't have office jobs. Meaning, they don't have health care a lot of times through their employers, so they have to pay for it on their own. You have to understand, in China, a lot of the folks that live in these neighborhoods work in day settlement jobs, meaning they get paid by the day. So oftentimes, Kelly, Duming, oftentimes there is no Social Security, there is no Medicare, but they could pay to it their own. They could pay for it themselves. Kelly with the donuts. So there is health care, but for the folks that live in these neighborhoods, it's they kind of have to pay for it on their own, or they have to have an employer that's really good and want to pay for it. I mean, imagine if you're running a stall like this, and this is your primary job, who's gonna pay for your health care? You, yourself. You gotta buy your own insurance. Look at that. You see all the kanji over here? Look at all the porridge over here. Look at that. Karen, they don't. That's the thing. You see this woman over here. She's probably going to be working until she's 70, 80, 90 years old. Right? A lot of the folks that work in these types of neighborhoods, I mean, they're going to be around for a long time working. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to be working for a long time. This is why, like, when you go to Japan, when you go to Thailand, you see the same pattern, right? A lot of people are working to a very, very old age. I mean, they'll be 80, 90 years old, and they're still being in the streets, and they're still doing so. That's why you remember seeing that older woman just now. She was collecting cardboard boxes. You remember that? Okay. Now, another way to kind of describe this neighborhood is these neighborhoods have boundaries. Okay, meaning you see these bridges and you see this water over here. There's not much of it left in Guangzhou. Like, as much as I would like to say that there's a lot of parts of Guangzhou that look like this, not much of Guangzhou looks like this anymore. Guangzhou looks like the skyscrapers that I showed you 2 mornings ago. It's a beautiful city. It's very wealthy now. These neighborhoods are going to be gone over the course of the next 10 years, 15 years. So you got to ask yourself, like, in 15 years, when these neighborhoods are gone and the cheap rent is gone, who is going to provide a cheap place for the transient population that live in these types of neighborhoods? Like, where are these people going to go when these neighborhoods are gone in about 5 to 10 years? Right? Like, where are they going to live in Guangzhou? Right? Because they're certainly not going to pay $600-700 a month to live in a nice, big, high-rise. That guy just called me an idiot. See the guy that just sped off with her? He just called me an idiot. Y'all, he just called me an idiot, y'all. Did you guys hear that? I don't know if you guys heard that. He just called me an idiot. He just called me an idiot for standing in the middle of the street. He just said, "You idiot." He just called me an idiot. I was trying to cross the street over here, okay, and I stopped for a second because when you cross these streets in China, you got to go real slow. You got to go real slow. Look at how fast our comments are moving. Keep the comments flowing. He just called me. He said, "You sagua." That's what you sagua. He called me a sagua, which means idiot, which means buffoon. Just call me a buffoon. Jeff with the donuts. All right, let me check my directions. Keep going and make a right. I'm just gonna keep going and make a right. But I will tell you this. Let me walk in here for a second. Intricate with the roses. What if you're disabled, B-tater, really tough? If you have a disability, very tough to live in these neighborhoods because they don't have elevators. So you gotta climb yourself all the way up to these 6-7 floors. Very hard to live here if you're disabled. But I will say this. A lot of these older neighborhoods in China where the buildings don't have elevators, they're actually adding exterior elevators, but they're never gonna do it here. Why? Because the men and women that live in these neighborhoods will never pay for it. Why? Because they rent, they don't own. 90% of the people that live in these neighborhoods rent. So you're not gonna get renters agreeing to pool their resources to build an exterior elevator in some of these neighborhoods. But when you go to tier 2, tier 3 cities in China, where you see these older neighborhoods, but it's the original inhabitants living here, and they're 70, they're 60, they're 65 years old, they would actually agree to install an elevator or something accessible for senior citizens or disabled folks. But here in this neighborhood, it is a survival of the fittest. Okay, there's no such thing as a freaking elevator in most of these buildings. Okay, taps and donuts, everybody. Christian just asked me, what is the crime like over here? I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I don't think there's any crime. I think there might be some activities here that may touch the gray area of the law. But as far as me walking around here, is somebody gonna come and steal something from me and rob me? Never. Never. I mean, let's be honest. I grew up in the south side of Chicago. This is definitely not the Magnificent Mile in Chicago, right? This would be the equivalent of like a, 89th Street in Chicago. This would be like a 120th Street in Chicago, that type of a neighborhood. But again, it's very safe. Okay? Taps and donuts, everybody. Let's keep it moving. All right, we're not gonna walk too deep into these neighborhoods, but as you can see, like, one of the problems with living in Guangzhou is humidity. This city is really humid. That's why there's all this black mold all over these buildings. It's not because these people don't take pride in their buildings. It's because this city is so humid, so much mold and moisture build up on these homes, and over the course of the years, they don't paint it. So that's why it looks like this. But people live up here, and you see this? You see any air conditioning up here? Some of these places indeed, oh, actually, they do have air conditioning. I was gonna say some of these places don't have air conditioning. Taps and donuts, everybody. Taps and donuts, team. Let's keep it moving. We got 1,000 people in here. Excellent. Very, very excellent. 1,000 people in here. You see that 808? You see that 808? See, 808 thought I was a scrub. So she thought I was a scrub that just sit in my parents' house all day. You know what I'm saying? She didn't know about the type of audience that I'd be pulling in. You know what I'm saying? She thought I was a scrub that like to just sit at my mama's house. She's like, when she saw me, she was like, man, this guy's a scrub. Smackos. It's like, this guy's a scrub. He ain't got no viewers. He said she's not wrong. Taps and donuts, everybody. Taps and donuts. Let's keep it moving. They thought I was a scrub. She didn't see the days where I used to do 2,500 views, people in the room, every single live stream. She's like, man, you just sit in your mama's house. Taps and donuts, everybody. Let's keep it moving. She called me a scrub. Man, B-Tater, man, get your mind out the gutter. Get your mind out the gutter, B-Tater. All right, get your mind out the gutter. She thinks I'm a scrub. Jenny with the donut. Everybody, we are pushing for Live Pro. Okay, we're trying to get to Live Pro by the end of the month. We have 7 more days to do it, including today. So every freaking donut is appreciated. Every single donut is appreciated. Okay, Sean, I appreciate you. I don't care if I have 200 views, if I have 2,000 views. I want to give you guys a good show to begin with. All right, look. See this gentleman over here getting a haircut? He's getting a haircut for $3.40. Amy Ray with the donuts. 25 yuan for a wash and a haircut. 25 yuan. Okay? 25 yuan. Amy Ray. A Enterprise. Look at all the donuts. Amy Ray. And you just leveled up. Let's go. Thank you for helping us with the Live Pro push. $3.40 for a haircut. You see these little restaurants over here? I can already tell you, if you look at the menu right up there, you probably can't see it because it's very bright. Everything on that menu is like 14 yuan, 15 yuan, $2, $2.10, $2.20. Everything is super cheap. You have to remember, these folks here, when they're living in Guangzhou, a lot of them, you know what? Let me stop talking about the people here. I want to look at everybody back home in the United States. And I want you guys to remember, when the 你好，
兄弟，你说的是英文还是什么？
说的是英文。
英文吗？
对 ，yeah， 是的，英文。Speaking English。你跟美国人打个招呼。
美国人吗？
对，跟他们说个 hello。Hello。Hello。Say welcome to China， 欢迎来到中国。Welcome to China。对 ，Welcome to China。
900多个
，977个人。
可以。
Alright， 我在外网那个外抖洋美国的抖音。你住在这儿吗 ？You live here？
对呀，就旁边兄弟的餐馆了。 有时间过来照顾一下。
好，你多大了？你年纪多大
60几岁吧。
？20几岁，可以。Beautiful. Say hello to all the Americans.
这边是这边的景吗？
对，
外国的景呢？
外国对。he thought this was a situation where the little box right here is America. I don't really want to tell him that that's my back camera. So I'm going to tell him, yeah, that's America. Yeah, this is New Jersey right here. So you're looking at New Jersey. So this is Guangzhou. You're looking at New Jersey right here. This is New Jersey. Okay? Just
Okay.
That's New Jersey. Yeah, there we go. You're talking to people from New Jersey right now. There we go. Yes. I'm going to switch over to Hawaii real quick. Let's keep it moving. 好，继续走。Taps and donuts, everybody. Taps and donuts. Oh, man. He said, you all got the same haircut. What was I talking? Yeah, this is something that I want to say to all the American folks that are watching this. And I really mean this. As somebody who is an American citizen, I love America very much. But I don't want all the Americans back home to be misled by the vitriol that a lot of the people back home in America have against this country. Meaning, when they talk about China and they say they've stolen all of our jobs, or they've taken our manufacturing jobs, or they've, all these things that they say, you guys have to remember, this is a country that has a lot of the same objectives as we do, which is that the people here, they want to live a better life, right? And frankly, a lot of the jobs that they do out here that we buy on Amazon and Costco, a lot of the products that come from here, those are not the type of jobs that we really want to do back home in America, and certainly not at the wage that they're being paid, right? So for all the people that back home is like saying, well, if you look at a place like this, all those cheap things that are flying into our country from here, well, if they weren't made here and they were made somewhere back home in America, they would be so much more expensive. For the middle class folk living in Indiana, for the middle class folk living in North Carolina, it'd be so much more expensive to afford life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when I'm living here and I kind of see just how hard a lot of these people are living, and frankly, I look at some of these places that they live in, I have a lot of respect for these people, because it is very, very difficult for any other country to have the same. Oh, there's a dude over here. What the hell? So I didn't even see this dude over here. Look, I didn't even see there was a guy over here. You see this guy over here? You see this guy? I didn't even see this dude, man. I didn't even see him until his feet started moving. I didn't even see him. I was just walking down the street and then his feet started moving, man. He's just chilling. I did not even notice this. Look at that. That's beautiful. I love that. That's beautiful. My man chilling over here. Look at that. And you see how they all don't wear shirts? A lot of them are shirtless. You know what it's called? It's called, you see, at least he ain't got no shirt on. Sometimes if you're wearing a shirt and you let your stomach hang out, it's called a Beijing bikini. You know what a Beijing bikini is? Beijing bikini. You talk about that alliteration. Okay, you guys ever go to English class? Alliteration. Beijing bikini. Where you wear a shirt, but you let your stomach hang out. That's called a Beijing bikini. Taps and donuts, everybody. Let's keep it moving. Again, it's like I said, China is a country that has a very hard-working population. But at the current moment, you have to understand, there's a significant amount of people in these neighborhoods that are having a hard time finding employment. The trade situation that's kind of been triggered in the last 5 to 6 years. A lot of people have this misconception that the tariffs, started out under. So actually, let me say one more thing to the Americans as we keep walking down the street over here. Okay, and we're gonna go further into the village. The trade tensions, Stacy with the donuts. A lot of the trade tensions that we have with China started out under the first Donald Trump administration. All right, so the tariffs, a lot of the trade barriers, they were put up in the first Donald Trump administration. When Joe Biden became president, and I believe in 2021, he actually maintained a lot of the same trade restrictions that were put on China by the Trump administration. You think about all the things that Donald Trump and Joe Biden that were very different from each other. The one thing that they maintained consistently is the trade policies towards China. Both men are very tough on China. You can argue which one is tougher on China, but both men are actually very, very tough on China. And over the course of the last 6 or 7 years, you're beginning to see the effect of these trade policies start to affect these types of neighborhoods, especially after Donald Trump became president again in January and the tariffs went up. You guys have to remember, a lot of these workshops and a lot of these factories, their products go to Europe and their products go to Canada and they go to America. So sometimes Americans back home, you have to understand, when you do something in life, the result of your actions don't manifest and display themselves immediately. Meaning, a lot of these trade policies that have taken place over the last 6 or 7 years may not affect you right away, but they affect you over the course of the next 5 to 10 years. Meaning, a trade barrier may be erected today, but you may not see the full result of it until 2 or 3 years later. Thank you, Mr. Weasel. Does that make sense, everybody? So when you're walking around these neighborhoods, I can tell you for a fact that there are fewer people living in these neighborhoods than there was before. And the biggest reason is that a lot of these jobs have actually disappeared. So a lot of manufacturing, I wouldn't say a lot, but I would say at least 5 to 10% of manufacturing jobs that used to be in Dongguan, that used to be in Guangzhou, is now being out of work. So there's people here that used to have jobs working in a factory that are now either accepting lower wages or they just don't have a job to begin with. So this is when you walk around the neighborhood like this, you say, well, this has nothing to do with America. This has a lot to do with America. It's a globally connected economy. And it's going to impact the people here way more than a lot of the people that work in these offices. So make sure you guys remember that back home in the United States. And I'm not, like I said, this is not a political discussion, so I'm not really talking about Joe Biden or Donald Trump. What I am saying is that we as Americans, you have to understand, our policies towards China over the course of the last 7 or 8 years has generally been hostile. Competitive is one nice way of saying it, but it's generally been hostile. So you think about decoupling, you think about potentially less trade between the two countries, that's going to manifest itself in neighborhoods like this, especially prevalently, because the people here, I think, are more vulnerable to the fluctuations in employment. They have less savings. They have less of a safety blanket when it comes to a lot of people that works in factory jobs. Does that make sense, everybody? That's cool, man. What the hell is he doing? That's cool. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. Tap some donuts, everybody. Tap some donuts, y'all. Let's keep the comments flowing, everyone. Let's keep the comments flowing. Man, does that make sense, everyone? Does that make sense? Everyone back home in the United States, what I'm explaining, does that make sense? Make sure you follow the channel, okay? Like, see, the thing that we as Americans, one thing that we have the situation that we have as a country is Alani with the donuts, Seja with the donut, is we have a lot of Americans back home that are what I call very altruistic people. Okay, Jessica and Jack Bowie with the donut. We have a lot of amazing American people that are altruistic. Okay, we do. I don't travel full time anymore, but I used to travel full time, and we want to help the world and we want to help people. Okay, now the country that we live in is currently in a situation where you start to sense a little bit more of an attitude of we need to help ourselves first. So this is why, like when I show this type of a neighborhood here in China, I want you guys to understand. There are still significant parts of this world that depend on consumption by Americans in order for them to live a very good life. And this is just the no easy way to say it. We Americans are the biggest consumers on this earth. No one buys like we do in America. If let me tell you something. If every country has a moniker for its people, we Americans will be called the biggest shoppers in the world. We love to buy, we love to consume, and we love to shop. And that type of shopping is what allows places like this to keep humming along and keep working. Does that make sense? AP with the rose. Look at that. Look at that. We are a consumer-driven economy, absolutely. Look at that. It's beautiful. Look at all this. We sure consume a lot. I know we do a lot of consumption. United States of hoarders. Hey, I'm guilty of it too, man. I buy a lot of shit that I don't need. Okay, I used to buy a lot of shit I don't need from Amazon. I don't buy as much stuff now because I'm on the road, I'm traveling, so I live a very minimalistic lifestyle now, but I buy a lot of shit that I don't need, so I know what it feels like. Taps and donuts, everybody. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Look how fast these guys are going. Look at that. Our cold world, man, stop spamming about Taiwan, man. We are nowhere near Taiwan. We are in Guangzhou, China. We're walking down the street in a city village, trying to show you guys what real China looks like. So please tap on the screen and share this live stream, everybody. Let's go. Taps and donuts, everybody. And you see all these plastic chairs and all these plastic tables set up. Remember, during the day, this doesn't exist. During the day, all these tables, all these chairs are put away. Only at nighttime do these vendors come out. You see that? Follow the channel, everybody. Hit that follow button. Let's keep moving. All right, we got a lot more exploration to do. All right, I think I'm going to Brenda with a daily heart. I think I'm gonna do like maybe another 45 minutes, maybe another hour. Okay, we are in the middle of a live pro push, team. Get that freaking daily heart me in. I'm from, let me a little introduction as we continue to walk down here. My name is Daniel. I was born in China in 1990, so I'm 34 years old. I turned 35 this year. I moved back to China. I moved to America when I was 11 years old, and my family lives in the state of North Carolina. Okay, I went to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill for my undergrad and my MBA, but I'm a full-time TikToker now. My family still lives in North Carolina, but I live by myself out here in China. I live in Shenzhen, about 2 hours away from this city. I live by myself, okay? But my family does live in North Carolina. I'm just here by myself. So keep it moving, man. Follow the channel, y'all. Share this live stream. Look at all this. Look at all this. What part of North Carolina? Well, I went to school at Chapel Hill. I don't want to disclose my exact city, but we live in the Triangle. We live in the Triangle, not too far from the UNC campus. Okay? Share this live stream, y'all. Hit that share button. Really important for you guys to share. Oh, can. Really important for you guys to share, team. Does that look appetizing to you guys? Share this live stream, everybody. All by myself, Luna. I'm all by myself. You know that line from the Michael Mann movie, Heat? I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. Okay? Now, once again, how many of you guys remember my live streams from like 3 or 4 days ago? What are these women, older women, doing sitting here on the curb? Okay? What are they doing sitting on the curb, everybody? Explain to me. I explained this to you guys literally 4 days ago when I first came here to Guangzhou. Why are they sitting on the curb? No, they're not selling it, Prime. They are looking for a temporary day job. Okay, now you see all those men sitting along the bridge over here? This is like the Home Depot of America. You guys remember in Home Depot in America, you need something done around the house. You drive your ass to Home Depot, you go to the parking lot, you look for a gentleman to help you with something you need done around the house. This is like essentially their version of Home Depot, where a labor contractor is gonna drive a little minivan and they're gonna come here in the next couple of hours and they're gonna come and pick up some of these women and men to do daytime labors. So this is hard, y'all. Look at this. The time right now is 11:44 p.m. 11:44 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. And they are freaking already waiting for a job. The job doesn't start till like 6, 7 a.m. in the morning. So a lot of them are going to sit here for the next 5, 6 hours just looking for a job. They just need a job. J-O-B. Just like the movie Friday. You know when Craig's dad tells Craig, the word of the day is job. J-O-B. Jobs are hard to come by these days. Craig's dad, remember, J-O-B, job, Friday. The word of the day is job, J-O-B. Let's keep it moving, everybody. We're going to go into the village again. See, the reason why I keep looking back and forth is because I need to make sure I don't get hit by one of these guys, man. I ain't got no insurance like that, okay? You see, they drive fast, and they got places to go and shit to do. Okay? Taps and donuts, everybody. The word of the day is job. J-O-B. Job. Why can't I freaking do my why can't I do my donut go right now? It's so weird. I wanna pin my donut go, but I can't do it for some reason. Oh, here it is. Let's get our donuts in, y'all. We got 300 donuts already. Amy with the donut. AP with the donut. Patricia with the donut. Let's go, team. Man, we used to do 1,400, 1,500 people like it was nothing. See, 808 thought all I did was sit at my mama's house. She thought I was a scrub. She thought I was a scrub, okay? She thought I was a scrub. She thought nobody watched me. Yeah, she didn't know. Now she knows. She knows who I am now. Okay, thank you, Artisan. Thank you, Unique. Okay, she know who I am now. She know who I am now. Taps and donuts, everybody. Angela with the rose. Taps and donuts, everybody. Taps and donuts. UAP Truth with the donut. Let's go, team. See, look. He's telling me to get out the way. Look at him. Telling me to get out the way. Look how fast he's going. JJJ. Artisan. Let's go, team. Bethy and Ed Dunn with the donuts. Get your donuts in, everybody. Get your donuts in. I was on vacation. You know, she talking, you know, Marlene knew that I was on. I don't know if Marlene's watching this, but she's probably at work right now. She's working at home right now. But I was at home on vacation for 2 months. Okay, I ain't gonna be on vacation every single day. Patricia with the donuts. Let's go. They are rushing. You know why? Time is precious. These people don't waste time. Jolo with the donut. Of course. Here it comes with all. Look at this. Doom with the roses. Look at that. Amazing. Look at all this. You gotta love it, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta love it. Look at this. And you come here at 2 a.m., it's gonna be even busier than this. At freaking 2 a.m. in the morning. Way busier than this. Look at that. Hit the follow button, everybody. Hey, mods, I need you guys to watch these private video spammers over here. The more views we get, the more spammers we get. Okay, everybody, get your daily Heart Me In. It is right here, y'all. Everybody, get your daily Heart Me In. It is only 1 penny. Get your daily Heart Me In, y'all. Hit that daily heart, y'all. Become a part of the team. Hit that daily Heart Me In. It's really important. We are in China. We are in China. We are in Guangzhou. Okay, we are streaming from China. It is hectic out here. Man, that's light work for us, Oliver. That's light work. That's light work. Y'all must have been watching me battle for too long. Y'all don't know how many views we used to pull in. That's light work. That's light work. Doom with the daily heart. Misty Thomas with the daily heart. Get your daily heart, man. Let's keep moving. Oliver, he ain't gonna help. Oliver's not gonna help with anything because he's not a moderator. He doesn't have moderator privileges. Okay, so he's not gonna help with nothing. Yeah, I know 808. I know. When you have more views, they start coming in. Like as soon as you get past like 600-700 views, they're gonna start coming in. Tap some donuts, everybody. CB with the daily heart. Thank you so much, CB. I welcome in to all the Americans watching from back home in the United States of America. Great to see everybody. We are out here in China. We're streaming from Guangzhou. We're walking around in a city village. Let's keep moving. Thank you, Mario. Somebody texting me. Mario with the daily heart. Very crowded. This is very crowded. And also, you know, another thing is you guys have to remember, all right, there are white-collar jobs here as well, okay? This is not the only type of job. It's not just garments, not just light manufacturing. There are white-collar jobs here as well. You see this gentleman over here? He's kind of designing some type of fabric over there. You see that? There's a lot of different types of jobs available here. However, they all revolve around manufacturing and services for the most part. Okay, Jamie with the donuts. Let's go, team. You know, and also this is why I want to say to the people, y'all, it's like sometimes I like it when we have 400 or 500 viewers, because when you have 400 or 500 viewers, it's consistent. You know what I'm saying? It don't really go up and down. It don't really go spikes up and down. It's just very consistent. It's the same people in and out of the room. Jacob with the subscription. I actually I've grown kind of accustomed to it in the past couple of months to have 300, 400, 500 viewers. So this is why when I was back in China, I was kind of prepared for the fact that we're going to have more viewers, but also it just means you're going to have more fluctuation. Now, this is a large size factory. Look at the size of this factory over here. Again, almost midnight, totally working. At least 15 different employees in there. Look at that. You see how nobody bothers me at all when I'm filming? That's why I love the Chinese people. Nobody bothers me at all when I'm filming and streaming. They look at me. They know they're looking at me but they don't bother me for filming. Doom with the freaking paper crane. Let's go, team. Tap some donuts, everybody. Let's keep it moving. All right, hit me up with any more questions you guys have about living in China, you know, traveling here. I would love to answer them. My moderators can pin comments. All right, so any questions that you have, let me know. All right, let me know. Kimberly with a donut. Taps and donuts, everybody. We're at 349 donuts. Share this live stream. I mean, sick nubs. I don't want to go walk into their private property, but I could probably walk into that factory and film, and they probably tell me to leave, but they wouldn't be very aggressive. You know, nobody's gonna call the cops on me. You know, you guys have to remember, we in America, sometimes when you're holding a camera, think about where you live in America. Okay, AI Baller, I know you really love this channel, man. I appreciate it. Okay, thank you very much. You said it 8 times already. I know you love this channel. Some neighborhoods you are in America, you cannot walk around with a camera without attracting undue attention. Some people might call the cops on you. Okay, they might call the police on you. You know, here, that's really never happened to me one time. No one's ever called the cops on me for walking around with a camera in my hand. People just don't care. Okay, let's keep it moving. Jessica with the heart puffs. Streets are not that clean. I explained it earlier in the live stream why. This is a transient population. People come in and out of these neighborhoods very, very quickly. They do not stay. Okay, look at this. Look at that. This is old Guangzhou, man. Like, you know, I will be very honest and tell you guys another thing. You remember the sweatshop controversy of like 20, 30 years ago when we in the United States would turn on CNN and they would say, oh, look at all the sweatshops in China. Look at all the sweatshops in China. You guys remember that? Do any of you guys remember that controversy with Nike and, you know, the sweatshops of Nike and Jordan shoes? You remember that? Thank you, Anna. Do you guys remember that? Do you remember the controversy? Anna with the club. You guys remember that? That happened right around this part of China, especially the Dongguan, the Guangzhou area. Okay, a lot of the sweatshops that we heard about back in China in the 90s and the 80s and the early 2000s actually happened here in this part of China. That has really been reformed. And the reason is very simple. As someone who used to work in international trade, there's very strict policies now for American manufacturers, American brands like Old Navy, like Banana Republic. When you go to Macy's and you shop at Target, they have standards in place to make sure that they do not procure from factories that employ child laborers or sweatshops. Meaning, a lot of the horror stories that you used to hear about in the 90s and 2000s about child labor and about sweatshops, poor working conditions. Not the greatest working condition here. It's hot as fuck. Okay, it's really hot and these places don't have AC. But all the stuff that you used to hear about in the 90s and 2000s, I would say for the most part, that's actually disappeared. Not many sweatshops anymore here in China, especially here in southern China. There used to be a lot in this neighborhood. Now, you see, this factory is actually hiring. All right, so you can see this factory is hiring one of each. So this is a random labor. So they're hiring random laborers. Okay, they're hiring random laborers. If you work in this type of a factory over here, you're looking at right around a salary of around $600, $700, $800, $900 a month. Work in this factory, $600, $700, $800, $900 a month, depending on how many hours you work a week. Okay, let's keep moving. Follow the channel and share this live stream. Y'all, you guys gotta hit that follow button, man. We got over 1,100 people watching. We shouldn't be lagging. Please make sure y'all follow the channel, everybody. You gotta hit that follow button. You gotta hit that follow button, everybody. Crazy day with a daily heart. You know, I will tell you this. When you guys buy, how many of you guys are buying Labubu dolls? Are any of you guys buying Labubu dolls back home in America? How many of you guys are crazy about the Labubu dolls? That's a great example. Labubu dolls are made in these factories that are absolutely certified to meet any type of standard that we have set I know you do, Anna. I know you love the Labubus. So it's like when you're shopping at Walmart, when you're shopping at Amazon and Target, and I used to work in one of these places. It used to be my job. You don't have to worry about poor factory working conditions because they are very strict. Like Walmart will cut off a Chinese vendor if they find violations at the factory. They'll do audits at the factory. So literally walk the factory floor and they'll see if they'll audit, check, like they'll audit if the workers are being paid on time. Are they being paid for overtime? What's their dormitory condition like? Are they being fed? Is there any underage laborers over there? Very, very strict. Very strict. Chops and donuts, everybody. Let's keep it moving. Are we lagging? Are we lagging at all? Sarah says we're lagging. Are we lagging? Shouldn't be lagging. Are we still lagging? Are we lagging? Oh man, we are lagging. Shit. We must be lagging. Are we lagging? Anna with the donuts. Tim with the donuts. We good now? And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are on Main Street. Anna and Tim Luya with the donuts. We good? We good now? All right, we're on Main Street now. Okay, this right here is what we call Main Street, ladies and gentlemen. Every city village is going to have a main street. This is the main street of this entire city village. Isn't that beautiful? This is in Guangzhou, Canton, China. It's hot. Hot. I'm sweating, y'all. It is hot. It is hot, y'all. We're gonna keep walking. We're gonna hit up this main street. It's hot. Like, look at my face. Look at my face, y'all. It is hot. It is hot out here. My hair is disheveled. I look like I just finished doing the doogie doogie. It is hot. It's really hot, man. It's humid. I look like I just did the doogie doogie. Let's keep it moving. Man, it's hot. How long have I been streaming? Damn, 21,000 views already in an hour and a half. 251 new followers, 208 gifters, 14. That's unbelievable. All right, look. See? This, you don't need to bullshit. I could just show you the real salaries over here. Y'all always be asking me about salaries here in China. Okay? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Let me show you the salaries of what it takes to work at a restaurant like this. You see all the uniformed workers over here? Okay? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Let me give you some typical salaries. Waiter and waitress. Waiter and waitress right here. 3,400 to 3,700 yuan a month. That translates into a monthly salary of $480 to 510 US dollars to be a waiter or a waitress here at this restaurant over here. So $480 to $510 a month to be a waiter or a waitress. You get an extra $200 a month. You get an extra $200 a month for bonuses and performance incentives. So $200 a month. So $480 to $500 a month to be a waiter or a waitress. There's AC in here. There's no tipping in China. You do not get tips. If you want to be a dishwasher, they actually get paid more to be a dishwasher. $590 a month to be a dishwasher. $600 a month to be a dishwasher. You see that? $600 a month. You work, how many days? You work 6 days a week. 6 days a week. $600 a month to be a dishwasher. I don't see any chef jobs. I think they got enough chefs. So, like, this is why, like, the average salary here in the city, $1,100 a month. Clearly, working here in the city village is going to bring down the average. When you work downtown at those nice fancy buildings we saw 2 days ago, that's going to bring up the average. Okay? What's the top one? The top one is the manager. This is the manager. So you're going to be the big dog. The manager, man, they be honking. They be honking nonstop. See, these cars be honking nonstop over here. You work 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's the. So you see that right there? Every month you get to rest 4 days. 31 days in a month or 30 days in a month, you got to work 26 days. Okay? Man and woman both can apply. Also, you get free housing. They provide you free housing, which is AC, and it has a washing machine. So they do provide you free housing. If you work during holidays, they'll give you an extra 14 days a day. if you work on a national holiday. And on your birthday, I love this. On your birthday, they're going to give you a cake and a red envelope. Any of you guys back home in America, tired of your job and you would like to apply here, contact this number down here. 1-855-9407-3698. Okay? If you guys don't want to work your job in America anymore, you would like to relocate to China, contact Mrs. Liu and Mr. Den. Okay? 808. I know you looking for a job, 808. I know you told me you looking for a job. Look at the number right here. Make sure you take a screenshot of this. 1-855-9407-3698. I know you're looking for a job, 808. I got you. I'm hooking you up. Okay? You don't need to pay no referral fee. This ain't no LinkedIn. You ain't got to pay no referral fee. I got you. I got you. All right? But no, real talk. That is the manager job over here. Right around $1,200 a month. $1,100, $1,200 a month to be a manager. And you get an extra $200 a month in bonuses. Okay? Taps and donuts. Let's keep it moving. You get 4 days off a month. Not 4 days off a week. 4 days off a month. Let's keep it moving. So again, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. I learned that from Floyd Mayweather. That's a quote I remember from Floyd Mayweather. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. He says, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. I'm 50-0, undefeated. What's up, Mickey? Keep taps and donuts. Let's keep it moving. Follow the channel. And if you guys are not hitting that follow button, you're missing out. This app is free. Hit that follow button. Y'all, following is free. Okay, donuts cost money. Following is free. Okay, let's keep it moving. Let's get to 500 donuts, team. Let's get to 500 donuts. Now, Floyd actually said it. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. He said it on 24/7, the HBO show. Adriel with the donut. Barry with the Daily Heart. Look at that. Sajo with the donut. I love this. I'm telling you guys, man, I love living in China. I really do. I love living in this country. I love living in America. I love living in North Carolina. But nothing in North Carolina can give you the vibrant feelings of walking around in a neighborhood like this in China. It is an amazing, safe place. It's not for everybody's cup of, it's not everybody's cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? If you, man, look at all this fucking hunking, man. All this hunking. This be hunking nonstop. Let's go. We're in the city of Guangzhou. All right, what do you guys think this gentleman is doing, y'all? This gentleman right here, waiting on his motorcycle. What do you guys think he's doing right now? What do you think he does for a living? This gentleman right here. What do you guys think? He's not a delivery driver. He is actually a ride. He will give a ride for up to 3 people. You look at his seats in the back. This is a Chinese Uber. This is a Chinese delivery driver. Not a delivery driver. This is basically a motorcycle Uber. He'll drive you anywhere within like a 5-10 mile radius for a very, very low fee. And this is an electric vehicle, electric motorcycle. Okay? Taps and donuts. Why is there so much garbage on the streets, man? Because again, most of the people that live here are renters. Hey, I kind of feel like taking my shirt off, y'all. Everybody else got their shirt off. I feel like taking my shirt off. I feel like taking my shirt off, ladies and gentlemen. I kind of feel like taking my shirt off. Should I do it? I kind of feel like it's hot as hell. It's so hot. The dog got a what the is yo, he shaved his dog. Thank you, Marty. He shaved his dog, y'all. The dog ain't got no fur no more. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? The dog ain't got no fur no more. Did you guys see that? Oh my God. 808 said, please don't. She don't want to see it. 808 said, please don't. She don't want to see it. All right, she don't want to see it. We can't do it. Is Marlene still watching this? Is Valencia still watching this? Are our MVPs still watching this? I want all of our MVPs to watch this. Man, Valencia said, don't blind us. Come on, y'all. Y'all see Valencia over here on her day off trolling me. Marlene is watching. Marlene, you at work right now. I know you working right now, so I ain't gonna bother you, Marlene. I know you working. She said, don't blind us. Come on, man. Come on, man. Look at all the food that they have out here. There's a lot of nice food they have here. See, this guy just got a business. He just got a ride, y'all. Look at him. Look at him. Off they go. Hello, how you doing? Off they go. You gotta love it. You gotta love it, team. Let's get to 500 donuts, team. We could do it. We can get to 500 donuts, team. Well, she got 3 days off. You got 1 day off. She got 3 days off. Look at that. Man, look at this shit right here. Man. Hard-working people, y'all. Melly with the donuts. Let's get the 500 donuts, team. Look at that. You see, this is all handmade. Look at that. Thank you, Grace. Look at the smile on this man's face. I'm saying you got to respect him for that, man. Doing such a hard job out here in this heat. It's hot out here. Grace with the 25 donuts. It's hot out here, man. They do their job with a smile on their face. Look at how hot this oven is. Look at that. That's what I love about the Chinese people. Yeah. 这一个怎么卖啊？4块一个。You know what? I'm gonna buy one, man. I'm gonna support you. 我买一个，我来一个。I'm gonna buy one. I ain't even gonna eat this, man. But I'm gonna buy one just to support this dude. Fucking hot as hell out here. 支付宝可以吗？
都可以。
It's hot as hell out here, man. I'm gonna buy one. Let me see. 你给我打开给我看一下吧。我看 Can I see what it looks like inside? 你给我打开掰开给我看一下可以吗 ？Can I see what it look like inside?
甜的。
甜的是吧？Look at that. But there ain't nothing inside though. 这个是4块。你做的那个里面有馅的那个是哪一个？
这个。
How much is this? 这个怎么卖 ？How much is this?
也是4块。
No, let me get one of those too. 也来一个，我也来一个这个。Let me get one of those too. 你把掰开给我看一看。Let me show what it look like on the inside, please.
Roman.
Oh man. Is that beef or pork? 这是猪肉还是牛肉啊？猪肉。啊，就来一个。Let me get one of these. I thought you was gonna put it in the oven, but 把那放到那个里面给我热一下。Let me put it in the oven for me real quick, please. Damn, what up, Will? I gotta pay him real quick. 8块是吧？好，谢谢你。
你新疆的吧？
啊？
你新疆的吧？
新疆我是华人。I'm from Yeah, I'm from the United States of America. He asked me if I was from Xinjiang. Oh, full of I paid. There we go. See, this is why you gotta respect the people, man. This is a hard ass job, man. This is a hard ass job. Working out here, you know what I'm saying, in 90 degree weather, humidity, and he does it with a smile, y'all. You gotta respect that, man. 谢谢你. Thank you very much. Thank you. I ain't even gonna eat this, to be honest. I'm not even hungry, but I just felt like buying it. Let's keep it moving. Now, what do they sell here? I'm telling you guys, man, respect hardworking people. Okay, respect hardworking people because there's so many hardworking people in this world. They don't have a lot, but they work hard. Keep tapping, y'all. Follow the channel and share this live stream. Hey, actually, you know what? Hey, 这个我现在在这儿放一下，我过一会儿来拿。好，谢谢你们。 Beautiful. Uncle Lee with the daily heart. Share this live stream, everybody. See, this is a main street in a city village is typically where it's the busiest. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is typically where it's the busiest. Nah, our signal shouldn't be choppy at all. We should have very good signal. I just told him I'll come back for it. I don't want to hold it in my hand. I'll come back and get it later. Okay? I wanted to come back and get it later. It's good. You guys can hear me and see me okay, right? Should be good. All right, let's keep it moving. So much food everywhere. Okay, and again, you see all these ladies over here? They are waiting to get a job. BB with the daily heart. Everybody get your daily heart me in. Follow the channel, everybody. Hit that follow button. Brooks, what is up, Brooks? Man, this guy keeps on talking about some coronavirus, man. I'm gonna mute this idiot. Celeste, Annie, let's get your daily heart me in. Look at all this. Ooh! Man, we cooking. You know, here's the thing, though. You talk about having the meat sweats, dog. It's 90 degrees plus humidity. You eat this shit right here, you're gonna get even worse meat sweats. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get so much meat sweats from eating this. Look at this. It look good, though. It look good, but you're gonna get so much meat sweats from eating this. Look at that. So you got sausage, you got chicken, you got I think this is chicken, either they might have pigeon here as well. Y'all heard this? Some guy over there in Kansas just heard. There's a guy sitting on the toilet in Kansas, in Nashville, Tennessee somewhere, sitting on the toilet taking a shit right now, and then he just heard me say the word pigeon, and he just perked up real quick. He on the toilet taking a dump, and then he just heard on his phone, did this guy just say pigeon? Yes, they eat pigeons out here. They eat pigeons out here. Okay, I know a lot of y'all, there's over 1,000 people watching, people coming in and out of the room. I know there's a lot of people sitting on the toilet taking the Browns to the Super Bowl. I know this for a fact. Okay, I know this for a fact. Make sure y'all follow the channel, team. Hit that follow button. Look at this. Oh, this is a very beautiful stall, y'all. He's actually doing a great job. Look at these are wontons. What's up, Joy? I know you guys are taking a shit right now, dog. I do it in the morning too, man. Okay, I'm a human being, man. I'm not AI, man. I'm a human being. I know how shit works. No pun intended, but I know how shit works. You usually take it in the morning. Okay, I know a lot of y'all sitting on the toilet right now on your phone, just trying. And I know, see, here's another thing I gotta tell you guys. I know you be doing this. Listen to me. Listen to me. I know a lot of y'all are trying to delay the fact that you have to go to work sometime in the next 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you guys are trying to delay, especially on the West Coast. You know you have to be at work. And some of you guys are at your work right now, and you are trying to delay the inevitable, which is you have to go back to your job. So a lot of you guys are like, I used to do it. When I used to work in corporate America, I used to sit in the toilet for 20 minutes. My boss thought there was something wrong with me. He said, you need to go see a gastroenterologist. I said, no, I'm totally okay. I just like to sit in the toilet, and I want to make sure I'm getting it out of my system. I like to be in the toilet for 20 minutes because you know why? I was getting paid. I was getting paid. You know what I'm saying? I was getting paid. Let's keep it moving. Follow the channel and see, look, they got cops over here. We finally see a couple cops over here. See that? When you have a lot of people out here, they do have cops to patrol these streets late at night. You see those two cops over there? Now, he don't really look like he's going to catch up with any criminals, but he is out here doing his freaking inspection late at night. Okay? Let's keep it moving. I'm telling y'all, man, I love it. I love it. See any kids? See any kids? Look at the faces of the people here. Look at the demographics of the people here, right? A lot of young people. You notice any kids here? You see that? What do cops get paid? Cops can actually get paid very well in China. It's a good job. Being a police is a very good job. Look at that. Man, it's hot. I can't even imagine doing this job right now. Cooking over this hot ass. Look at that. I wish you guys, and a lot of you guys are sitting in the AC right now. Raise your hand if you're sitting in the AC. Raise your hand if you're sitting in the AC right now. Please raise your hand. And if you're sitting in the AC. Okay, whether you're at home or you're at your work, let me know if you're in the AC. Y'all are sitting in y'all's AC right now, huh? You assholes. Y'all all sitting in y'all's AC, huh? Chuck's got the AC in the car. I know Marlene's in the AC. You assholes. I know 808. I know Valencia. I know y'all are all in the ACs. I know 808 definitely in the AC. You assholes. I'm over here sweating my nuts off over here. Taps and donuts, everybody. Taps and donuts team in the car. Not yet. Let's keep moving, y'all. A lot of food over here, though. You know, when you look at Chinese food that you have here, obviously everything is cheap. So I'm not going to go over everything that we have being sold, but I'm going to try to show you some of the food. Let's get the 500 donuts. I have a hard time even crossing the street because there's so many cars. All right, please make sure y'all follow the channel and share this live stream, team. Follow the channel and share this live stream. We have 418 donuts. Let's get to 500 donuts. All right, let me show you guys. Look at all this. Look at all that. This smells so good. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Elaine. Get your donuts in. Let's get to 500 donuts. We're 80 donuts away from 500. Look at all this. Doesn't that look incredible? Hey, Oliver, fuck you. He says 70. I'm in layers, dog. I am sweating my nuts off out here. Okay, I know you trolling me. I am sweating my nuts off over here, okay? He said it's 70 degrees in the AC and he's wearing layers. I'm sweating my nuts off. I am sweating my nuts off out here. It is hot. It is so hot. Woo! Look at that. Oliver and I went to college together. Hey, oh, with the rose. Leah with the donut. Look at that. Ooh, look at that. No ferry with the donuts. All right, we got a lot of spammers over here. My moderators, please watch it for me a little bit. We got a lot of spammers talking about nude videos and all that. Please. Hell yeah, I'll drink with you too. Oh, look at that. It's turtle. We got some turtle, ladies and gentlemen. We got some turtle, ladies and gentlemen. You see that turtle? Look at all this. Look at all this amazing food. Thank you, Billy and Style. Nah, TT, man. I was visiting my mom and dad. So I wasn't living in China. I wasn't living in America. I was with my parents for a couple of weeks, a couple months, and then somebody thought I was a bum. They watched me for the very first time when I was sitting in my parents' house, and they thought I was a bum. They thought I ain't got no channel. And see, now they know I don't. This is a no effing around type of channel. They thought I was a joke. They thought I just sit there, you know what I'm saying, sit in my parents' house, okay? And you know, she said, "You look like a bum." That's all good. It's all good. See, now they know what I'm about. Now they know what I'm about. Tabs and donuts, everybody. Tabs and donuts, y'all. Mary Jo. Ed, man, great to have you here. I like to keep it authentic and I like to keep it real. You know, I grew up in Chicago and I moved to North Carolina, so my accent is a little bit strange. But I am an immigrant. I used to live here in this country. Man, we ain't checking nothing, Oliver. Focus on your job. Look at that. Hey, Marlene, this is for you. Uncle Lee, this is for you. 808, this is for you. Man, hey, I grew up in Shot City, man. This is how we talk out there. I don't like the fact that none of this food is on ice, though. Uncle Lee, I don't like the fact that this is not on ice. Some of this food actually smells a little bit funky right now. Okay, none of this is on ice right now, so that's not a good thing. This is really hot out here, but this is delicious food, though. Look at all this. I love North Carolina, Chris, but I can't live there until I feel like I'm settled down with a family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a family at the moment. I'm single. I'm not married. I don't have any kids that I'm aware of. I don't have any kids that I'm aware of. Hello, how are you? You want to give me a ride? Hello, how are you? Taps and donuts, everybody. See, look, every store is pretty much selling the exact same type of food. You know, and this thing you got to be very careful about eating out here is, I think for a lot of the locals that eat out here, they're okay, their stomach can handle it. But if you come from like somewhere in, let's say, Oregon, and your ass comes from like somewhere in Massachusetts, and you're eating some of this stuff, you got to make sure it's well cooked. Because again, I don't see a lot of ice over here. Food is clean, but it's hot out here, and there's no refrigeration. Okay, look at the sauce over there. Beautiful. It's like I said, for the locals here, they probably won't get sick, but you would have to be careful if you're coming from America, because a lot of this food, you guys are just not used to it. Look at that tofu over here. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at these fried potatoes over here. Look at that. Yeah, see them? See them cooking them donuts? Look at that. Beautiful. You better stop playing with me, man. You better stop playing with me. I am young. I'm still very young. I'm only 34 years old. You're making it sound like I'm 94. I'm 34. Come on, man. Look at that. You know, also another thing I want to mention is these safety checks that they have out here is actually pretty strict. Okay, once again, look at all these women that they have out here, man. You know what I'm saying? All these women waiting for a job. You know what I'm saying? All these people. And this is another reason why these stalls are set up here, because they know that these men and women waiting for a job, they need to eat. They know a lot of these folks that are getting off work, they need to get dinner, they need to get a late night snack. That's why there's so many businesses out here. Okay, that woman is looking at me. Okay, I'm looking at her. She looking at me. I'm looking at her. Look at this. Woo! Orient lobster with the freaking daily heart. Can we get to 500 donuts, team? Can we get to 500 donuts, y'all? Can we get to 500 donuts, team? This is gonna be open, actually not 24 hours. A lot of these vendors over here, thank you, Michelle, with a daily heart. A lot of these vendors out here, man, They are only open from nighttime, like 8, 9 p.m. out to like 2, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning. But look at all these vendors here. There's actually a couple of guys eyeballing me up and down, y'all. Okay, there's a couple of guys over here eyeballing me up and down. Okay, taps and donuts everywhere. There's a couple guys over here eyeballing me up and down. You see this dude over here? He eyeballing me. Okay, did you see him? Did you guys see him? He be eyeballing me a little bit. Okay, it's okay. We're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it moving. See, look at that. Hard-working people, man. Black Rain with the rose. Hey, I keep it real. He was eyeballing me a little bit. I freaking love it here, man. This is my type of neighborhood. Thank you, Selena. Let's get to our donut goal. Let's keep it moving. Selena with the "You're Awesome." Look at all this. Look at that, Selena. Hey. Let's keep it moving. We are in Guangzhou, y'all. We in the city of Canton. We are in Guangzhou. We're walking around the city village. It is also 12:21 a.m. in the morning. 12:21 a.m. in the morning, which means it's just past noon on the East Coast, just past 9 p.m. on the West Coast. It is very, very late at night, and this freaking place is packed. Look at this. Look at all this. You don't have TikTok, man. They don't got TikTok out here in China. They got a Chinese version of TikTok. How long have I been streaming? Hey, you guys need to follow the channel, everybody. Hit that follow button. 332 new followers already. 29,000 views already. It's a beautiful thing. And look at how they shop over here, by the way. Look at how they shop for food out here. Y'all see this? Look at how they shop for food out here. Marlene with the Daily Heart. Look at this. You grab whatever you want. Ping Pong with the Tiny Diny. Beautiful. Hey, there's no tourists here, man. This is ethnic. This is a freaking city village, man. There ain't no tourists out here, man. Ain't no tourists out here. There's no tourists. You think there's gonna be Americans out here? Marlene with the donuts. You think there's gonna be tourists out here? Come on, man. Come on, man. Marlene trying to help us get to Live Pro. Trying to get us to 500 donuts. Marlene with the 333 donuts. Oh, we're 31 donuts away from 500. Let's go, team. Let's go, team. Taps and donuts, y'all. I see even stores like this are open at 12:23 a.m. in the morning. That's incredible. Look at this. This is like a little chain store over here. Uncle Lee with the donuts. Trying to get us a Live Pro. Nicholas Lee with the donuts. Almost at 500. I would take you on a tour here. Matter of fact, when I host friends out here and they come out to China, I love to take them out to neighborhoods like this because this is real. This is, you can go get the mall anytime, anywhere, right? But if you come out here to this part of China, Orient Lobster, Slappy, this is the realest. It doesn't get any more real than this. Look at this. Oh man, look at this. Look at that. They won't allow it, absolutely. I mean, you gotta understand, people have a misconception that this country is like, people have a misconception that this country is, how do I say this? People have a misconception that this country is restricts your freedom. Man, you can go anywhere you want in China. No one's gonna stop you. You can go anywhere in China. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is in my opinion, man, this place, as far as personal freedoms go, unless you are a criminal, unless your ass is a criminal, you got as much personal freedom as anybody anywhere else in the world. I'm gonna buy something for this little dog, and then I think it's time for me to call. Ooh, oh, look at that. Oh, what a nice lady. What a nice lady. What a nice lady. Look at that. I was gonna buy this dog a little bit of food, but this lady did it already. This woman right here did it already. I was actually gonna buy this dog some food. This woman, look at this woman, got him some scraps over here. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. I was actually literally about to spend like $2 and buy some chicken for this dog, but that lady got this dog some food. Beautiful dog. He's eating chicken. Good scraps. Having a good time. Look at him. Hello, buddy. You having a good time? Hello, buddy. Look at that. Nah, it ain't her dog. It's not her dog. Look at that. Oh, little doggy. Look at that. Little doggy. Hungry doggy. Man, Mello, ain't no dog attacking me. I am the king of dogs. Dogs rally to me. Dogs love me. You understand? Dogs love me. I am the king of dogs. You understand? I am the DAWG, king of dogs. Can we get 16 donuts to get to 500 donuts, y'all? We are 16 donuts away from 500 donuts, y'all. That would be an amazing goal for the channel, y'all. Can we get 16 donuts and hit 500 donuts, team? Can we hit 500 donuts for the live stream, y'all? Can we do it? Roger, Sumaya. Let's go, y'all. 12 donuts, y'all. We're 12 donuts away. Mad Marty. Amy. Let's go. We're almost there. I think we got it. Oh, Mr. Alfredo is watching us. Hey, 808, look at who's sending us donuts. Look at who's sending us donuts, 808. 808, look at who's sending us donuts. Alfredo, Mr. Live Pro Alfredo just sent us 23 donuts. Thank you so much, Alfredo. 22 donuts from Alfredo. Look at Alfredo. Hey, 808, look at who's sending us donuts right now. Look at who's sending us donuts. Thank you so much, Alfredo. Thank you, everybody, y'all. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Noble. Thank you, guys. I'm calling a little Uber, see if somebody's going to pick me up. Thank you. Hey, man, much love, Alfredo, man. Much love. Much love. Much love. Alfredo just gave us like 50 donuts. Thank you very much, Alfredo. I don't know if a driver's going to come and pick me up. We'll have to see, man, because I'm in the middle of a urban village over here where they trying to jack me. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to come and pick me up. Okay, because obviously you're not getting a taxi. I don't want to get on the back of one of those scooters over there, so I'm going to have to... See, this might be a little problem. I need to find a way to get back to my hotel. Okay, by the way, you guys can see there's an English version of their Uber, their DD app. You can see everything is in English. Let me see if... I might have to pay a little bit more for a car to take me home. Let's see if this is going to work. You can see everything's in English. Oh, I got a car. As soon as I press the more expensive button, I got a car. He is 5 minutes away from me. Beautiful. All right, so the car should be here in 5 minutes. I got a little a white Chinese-made car coming to pick me up. 1953 engine. It's gonna be like $6, $5.50. It's a long ride though. It's gonna take me 25 minutes to get back to my hotel. It's like a 30-minute car ride. Very far back to my hotel. So it's like because it's late at night. Not as many drivers are working. So yeah, five, maybe here in 5 minutes. Alfredo, man. Hey, everybody, man. Shout out to Alfredo, man. One of the people that we battle on the regular. Great dude. Give him a follow. Go check out his live stream. Just a great dude, man. We did beat him last night, though. I ain't gonna let nobody else know. I'm only gonna let these 1,100 people know. I'm not gonna let anybody else know. I'm not gonna let anybody else. I'm just gonna tell I'm just only gonna tell this one time. We did beat him like a drum yesterday. We beat him like a drum last night, y'all. Okay? Thanks to everybody who played, especially 808. We beat him like a drum last night. I ain't gonna tell nobody else. Okay? Smokey back there taking a shit. I ain't gonna tell nobody else. He said I got lucky. I did not get lucky. Smokey back there taking a shit, everybody. I ain't gonna tell nobody else. We beat him like a drum last night. Let's go, team. All right, look. I know, I don't want... See, she meant to say, don't rub it in, and she said, don't run it in. I ain't gonna tell nobody else. Thank you, Drifting By. Look, let me tell y'all something. It is hot. It is time for me to go back to my hotel room. All right? It is time for me to go back to my hotel room and take a shower, a long shower. It is hot. It is really hot. I am sweating. Okay, I just want to say to everybody, get your daily heart me in if you haven't. And make sure, I'm going to go get my food. Make sure you guys get a follow for the channel. Otherwise, you might never see me again on TikTok. Make sure y'all follow the channel, everybody. Hit that follow button if you haven't followed. I will be with you guys on Tuesday night. We're gonna be indoors. It's way too hot during the day to be outside. I will be back on Tuesday night. I'm continuing to push for Live Pro. I am almost there. Make sure y'all follow the channel. Thank you to all the 30,000 people that tuned in this morning. 32,000 unique viewers. Everybody, make sure y'all follow the channel. Thank you, Jasmine. I will be back later on Tuesday night. Thank you, AA, on drifting by. Thank you so much to my moderators. Okay, thank you to Chuck and Warren, everybody who moderated. Okay, thank you to the beautiful Marlene Valencia, everybody who showed love. Alfredo, and of course, 808 herself. 808 herself, much love. I'll be back later tonight. We got to keep pushing for Live Pro. We have 7 more days to do it. Make sure y'all follow the channel. We're so close to Live Pro, y'all. We're almost there. I'm going to see you guys later on Tuesday night. Another great live stream in the books. Have a great Tuesday. I'm going to see y'all Tuesday night, everybody. Have a great night. Have a great day, everybody. Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody. Be back on Tuesday night.